Good morning, Mansfield, and a happy Wednesday to you all. I hope that you've had a lovely start to your day. I've had a nice big bowl of cereal, and I'm raring to go. Today, I'm going to give you a little message about what our value I'm thinking about this week. Well done, all of you, for all of your persevering from last week. This week, we're going to be thinking about a word called stamina, and stamina ties in really nicely with our Mansfield Runathon this week. And stamina is defined as the ability to sustain prolonged physical or mental effort. So that means your ability to keep going, either with your body or with your mind and your brain, to dig deep, to show endurance. And if you're somebody who is aiming high, or is somebody who has got a goal that you're chasing or wants to achieve things, then stamina becomes a super important skill and value to have. So these people I just want to give a shout out who've shown some good stamina already this week, and they are people who've gone for a run on our Mansfield's Runathon. So a big shout out to Emily Tompkinson, Darcy Rudrum, Caitlin White, Anne Catherine Berger, Jasmine Blackie, Elisa Morin, Hannah Brecknell, Garance Bergenot, Julia Grelu, Hattie Miller, and Lempika Mayot. Well done, you girls. You guys have been responsible for putting the girls slightly in the lead at the moment, but the house staff are hot on your heels. So well done, girls. You're out ahead on 57 kilometres. It is unbelievable the amount that you guys have already managed to cover this week. So big pats on the back to you girls. What's brilliant as well is that in total, we as a house have run nearly 100 kilometres. That means that if we had a baton in our hands and after our run we passed it on to the next person and combined all of our runs together, we would have done 2 marathons already this week. That is an amazing effort. And that is showing brilliant stamina from the house so far. Somebody else who I want to just talk to you briefly about this morning, who has got incredible stamina and has inspired me in some of the things that I've done over the last few years, is a lady called Chrissy Wellington. And this is her book. It's called A Life Without Limits. She is somebody who has, for her entire life, done a lot of aiming high. And what's also really, really cool about her is that she lives right near school. So I've been cycling sometimes on the way to school, and I've seen her while she's out running, and she looks like she's an incredible runner. Obviously she is. But she is a 4-time world Ironman champion. Now, an Ironman, which is something that for the year fours that weren't here last year, or might not have heard about the fact that I did an Ironman last year to raise money for St Michael's Hospital. And an Ironman is a triathlon, so it's a 3-part race. It's a swim and then a bike and a run. But an Ironman is a long distance, so an endurance race with a long swim, a long bike ride, and then a marathon run to finish. Okay, Chrissy Wellington is world famous in the endurance community because she won the World Championships in Hawaii 4 times. 2007, 8 and 9, and then 2011. And she is an incredibly inspiring person. And the fact that she lives just around the corner from school is super cool. And I get to see her because her daughter goes to the same nursery as Max. So I've said hi a few times, and she's a really, really inspiring person. I've put a video below of her winning her first Ironman championship. She won a number of different races, but the World Championships held every year, a place called Kona in Hawaii, and she won at around age 30. And at that point, she was a nobody in the endurance world. She'd done lots of training and was probably known well to coaches and athletes, but to the community of people who support and follow the events, people hadn't really heard of her because only 9 months earlier she'd been working as a civil servant in London. But she'd been training in the background, and she went out there and she smashed the records in her times as an Ironman athlete. So she is a truly inspiring and incredible person who has high aims and aimed high throughout her career and showed amazing stamina both in the way that she ran, swam, and cycled, but also in the way that she approaches things and her mental health, which is super, super important if you're somebody who's going to show stamina. It's as much about what's going on in your brain as it is with your body. And for us, that's really important at the moment. She had a tough time when she was at school. She didn't necessarily feel like she fit in with a lot of her friends. Her passions were different to some of the people in her class. And so that required a lot of mental strength from her to keep going each day and each week. You guys this week from Mrs. Bias and your class teachers have got a mental health task on your PSHE Google Classrooms. So as one of your options for an afternoon over the coming week or so, I suggest you get on there and start thinking a little bit about your mental health. I know for me, my mental health and well-being and how good I can kind of keep myself feeling over the week is really closely tied to my activity. And so it's super motivating to see you guys out running, because it makes me want to tie on my running shoes and go for a jog like I did last night. So thank you to you guys for pushing us, the house staff, to get out there and be active too. And I encourage you to take care of your mental health this week, to find whatever gears you need to keep going and keep pushing and put one foot in the other and show the stamina that you need to get through this week. Okay, that's a quick message from me, and check out the links below. There's a bit of information about Chrissy Wellington there if you want to read about her and some of her records, and a video of her finishing her first win at the World Championships in 2007. Have an amazing day, and I will see you later in the week.